The following is a presentation of CBC Sports.
Tonight, the hollow bodies, and they've got the sentiment right as it applies to Rio de Janeiro and September of 2016. Everybody's got a goal in the summit city of sport. Brazil is basking in glorious weekend weather as the high-performance games roll on. And at Copacabana, the waves roll in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rio 2016 and the Paralympic Games on CBC. I'm Scott Russell. Having a dream is one thing. Delivering on the dream is quite another. It requires a heightened performance on the greatest stage in the world. And so far on day number 4, these Canadians have delivered on the promise and the dream. Have a look. In rowing at Lagoa, we have a medal. Brent Lakatos, a wheelchair racer on the track. A teenager and middle distance man, Liam Stanley. And in the swimming pool, the emerging superstar, Aurélie Rivard. Also on the show tonight, we've got a very big basketball game for the men. They take on Japan and hope to survive. But we want to get racing and show you how Canadians won medals on day number 4. We're going to the swimming pool first, the women's 200-meter individual medley. It features Aurélie Rivard of Canada. And to call the race, here are Dwayne Del Oca and Heather Fell.
This is the women's 200-meter individual medley SM10 final. Plenty of swimmers to watch in this race, including a couple of talented young Chinese swimmers in years ahead. And indeed, a couple of young Dutch swimmers to look forward to successful careers. But the two in the center lanes, Pascoe and Rivard. Aurélie Rivard, the 20-year-old from Canada, already a champion in the 50 free and a silver medalist in this event at the World Championships. Thoroughly impressive swim in the 100 breaststroke to claim gold. She has impaired range of motion in her left arm, which is significantly shorter than her right, and a lot less power. Rivard of Canada goes in 5, and this rivalry continues. An exciting rivalry, but also the epitome of sportsmanship. They fight hard, but they play fair, and they're courteous throughout. They would have wished one another well in the call room before they made it out onto the pool deck. And to the starters' blocks now. Pascoe in 4 against Rivard of Canada in 5. It's Rivard quickest off the blocks, but in lane 2 as well. Zadefeld got off to a very good start. Rivard straight into her stroke. 4 strokes in this individual medley. Starts with the fly into the back, then into the breast, and then a finish with the freestyle. And already now Pascoe, she's found her rhythm and is looking very strong indeed. A 7-time Paralympic Games champion, looking for her 8th gold medal in just 3 Paralympic Games. Turns at the wall quickest and is substantially ahead of anyone else in the pool. It's Chen Yi, the 15-year-old in lane 8, has actually touched second ahead of Rivard, who didn't quite get it right on the turn either. But Sophie Pascoe is turning on the pace here.
Well, that was a significant opening leg for Pascoe, and now it's going to be very hard for the rest of the field to catch. She's really got into the rhythm of this race early on. The breaststroke, not her strongest, but she's given herself an incredible lead. Coming up to the halfway point, a lot can change in the breaststroke. Chen Yi still very much in contention. Rivar starting to come back on the backstroke leg, and Pat for Hungary going well on the outside.
Well, Pap is doing very well, and she is already a silver medalist in the 100 back, so expected to make up some time and hoping not to lose it in the breaststroke. Chen Yi is managing to hold on in lane 8 as well for a medal position, currently only just ahead of Bianca Pap. But it is Aurélie Rivar who's battling to make up some ground on Sophie Pascoe. Might just be getting a few inches in this, but Sophie Pascoe is leading by such a substantial margin that there is very, very little concern about who is going to win this race. It looks like Sophie Pascoe is going to take it. Pap is really making a push for a silver medal here, and in fact she's overhauled Rivar for that second spot overall. Pascoe turns quickest. It's a battle for the silver medal here. Chen Yi's fallen off the pace just a little bit, but it is Pap who touches third, just behind Rivar. It's all about the final 50 for the other medals, but the gold has been decided already by Sophie Pascoe, and well ahead of world record pace as well. Set to crack her own world record, the defending champion. She is streaking away. Rivar is coming into her own and has again regained the advantage over Pap, who looks to be holding on for the bronze medal. But it is Sophie Pascoe who becomes an 8-time Paralympic gold medalist in world record time in the 200 individual medley SM10. Rivar defeated again by her great rival and indeed one of her inspirations, while Pap takes a very good bronze in what is a very good evening for Hungary in the pool already. Day 4 is turning out to be a great day in the pool, and Sophie Pascoe, it's not uncommon to see Pascoe reduced to tears and overcome by the emotion. And I dare say, by the time we get up to the victory ceremony, Pascoe will be shedding a few tears. Aurélie Rivar, she knows Sophie Pascoe is the one to beat, and Rivar, who finished the second, has already admitted she gets very stressed out competing against Pascoe. So great is the rivalry, but in world record time, no reply from any other swimmer in the field. It's Pascoe ahead of Rivar, ahead of Pap in the 200 IM SM10.
200 IM gold, Sophie Pascoe, New Zealand, in world record time. Silver, Aurélie Rivard of Canada. Bronze, Blanca Pap of Hungary. That's Aurélie Rivard's second medal in Rio. One of the busiest athletes at the Games. Aurélie's post-race reaction now with Stephanie Dixon.
Aurélie, coming into the race tonight, knowing that Sophie was going to be way out ahead, what was your strategy going in?
Actually, I was not focusing on her. I was really focusing on my personal time. I wanted to break the Canadian record, which I did by like a few hundredths of a second. So I'm really happy about that. I just wanted to go in and do the best I can. I was kind of nervous because it's a big race. It's really physically tough. I didn't really train it the whole year. I should have maybe put more effort in it, but I'm so happy with the result. I really focused on my freestyle event, so I was a little nervous for this one, but it turned out really good.
The silver medal for Aurélie Rivard is the third of her Paralympic career. Gold in the 50 free here, silver in the 400 free at London 2012 as a 16-year-old. What a great future ahead for Aurélie Rivard in aquatics. Canada's Benoit Huot is on deck. The 32-year-old 9-time Paralympic champion goes in the 200 individual medley in Rio tonight. Still to come on day 4 of the Paralympic Games from Rio. Brent Lakatos races in the 400-meter final. Liam Stanley goes for gold in the 1,500 meters. And the men's wheelchair basketball team faces Japan.
Hello there. You are now one of the lucky people in this world to call yourself Canadian. Welcome aboard. You'll grow up doing things we all do, or you'll do your own thing. Either way, you're a doer. Your heroes will inspire you, but you'll find ways to inspire yourself. That's important. You'll love your home, but its borders won't be able to hold you. You'll push out to see the world. One day, you'll wake up 6 hours ahead, or 8 hours behind, or here. Maybe to prove yourself. Maybe because you're needed. Maybe to show off your big, bad, superpowered brain. That'll be you, flying the flag. And when you leave, they'll remember that smart, helpful, confident, tough Canadian. So we thank you in advance for making your mark. The world needs more Canada. Let's bring it to them.
I'm sure you have no idea what my name is. That's okay, because you haven't seen me anywhere yet. But my day is coming. I'm Virginie Chénier. In Rio, I'm not part of Team Canada. I'm part of tomorrow's Team Canada.
Since 1988, Petro-Canada has supported over 2,700 Olympic and Paralympic hopefuls.
I pick up a broken comb, run it through my thin gray hair. Though I don't have any plans tonight, I'm not going in.
Welcome back to our coverage of the 15th Paralympic Games from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Check us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at CBC Sports. Use the hashtag Rio2016. Now we're going back to the aquatic stadium. Benoit Huot of Canada.
This is the final of the men's 200-meter individual medley, SM10. Final session on day 4 of the swimming competition, and look at this for a lineup: Buckley, Huot, Van Zeko, Dubrov, Kripak, Van der Voort, Paul and Kasteke. Isaac Buckley of Canada, one of 2 Canadians in the pool. He'll swim alongside his compatriot. Going in lane 1 though is Isaac Buckley. And if you talk about multiple Paralympic medals and multiple champions, doesn't get much better than Benoit Huot, the 32-year-old and 19 times medalist and 9-time Paralympic champion. He will have looked at his splits. He'll have known what he needs to do in the final. But this is a battle deluxe. Benoit Huot on the podium at the last 4 Paralympic Games: Sydney, Athens, Beijing and London, and followed up his victory in London with a World Championship title in 2013. Getting away very quickly, going in lane 5 was Kripak and Kevin Paul of South Africa, exploding off the blocks. As Dennis Dubrov, though, comes into his stroke, is alongside Kripak. They are both very strong freestylers. They are both very strong fly strokers, and they're showing it with explosive starts here. These are 2 swimmers who are taking it to the rest of the field. Van Zeko, Huot and Paul van der Voort all being left behind. by Dubrov and Kripak. They are taking it out very hard indeed.
Well, Kripak first into the wall, but not such a strong underwater phase, and Dubrov already catching up on this backstroke leg now. Dubrov, the favourite in this event, coming alongside Kripak. What can Kripak react with? The rest of the field are going to have to battle it for the bronze medal, it looks at this stage, as now Maxime Kripak starts to take control of the race on the backstroke leg, but we'll see a huge change on the breaststroke, no doubt.
Well, his strongest stroke, arguably, is the backstroke, although he's a very strong freestyler, but the breaststroke is Denis Dubrov's. And indeed, Denis Dubrov is looking to make up some serious ground on Kripak in this breaststroke. But Dubrov, who swims for Invasport in Dnipropetrovsk, says it's his aim, quite simply, to win as many medals as he possibly can, and there'll be a good team ethic between the Ukrainian swimmers, all three who go in this race, Dubrov, Kripak and Vanzeko. But Benoit Huot, going in lane 2, is looking good for the bronze, battling with Vanzeko, but Huot has described Dubrov as being closer to Michael Phelps in this race than he is, in fact, to Dubrov, having had his world record smashed by Dubrov at the World Championships last year. And indeed, Dubrov is not disappointing. He has opened up a very impressive lead and will look to bring this home. But now, closing on Kripak is Vanzeko and Huot. Huot is out of the medal contention at the moment, and it looks to be a trio of Ukrainian swimmers. Look how far ahead he is of his own world record. This is going to be an impressive swim and a new world record for the existing world record holder. It's gold, silver and bronze for the Ukraine. Dubrov ahead of Kripak, ahead of Vanzeko. Canada's Benoit Huot misses out on claiming his 20th Paralympic medal. But what a swim from Denis Dubrov. Again, world record time for Dubrov. His race to lose, and he follows up his 2 bronze medals and a silver in the 50 free, 4x50 mixed relay, and indeed 100 breast, with a gold in his favourite event, the men's 200 individual medley. And another illustration, another demonstration of the team ethic, the team spirit that we've seen throughout this competition from Ukraine. They are delighted for one another as Ukraine have a clean sweep in the men's 200 IM.
And just an incredible swim as well. The breaststroke leg really did change everything. We knew Dubrov was good on the breaststroke. We didn't quite know how much he would manage to turn the race around on that 150 meters. It was a strong final 50 for Kripak to come and get the silver, but an incredible swim as well by Vanzeko. You mustn't forget him. He wasn't quite in medal contention for much of that race. Took the bronze.
Quite a performance by the swimmers from Ukraine. Gold, Denis Dubrov, world record time. Silver, Maxim Kripak. Bronze, Dmitro Vanzeko. It is a sweep, a dominant nation in the pool. Fourth is Benoit Huot, who spoke with Stephanie Dixon after the race.
Benoit, you won this event in London in world record time. What was going through your mind as you walked out on the deck tonight?
Well, I was trying to enjoy the moment, embrace every minute of it. I know it's probably the last time I can do that race on this on this stage and as prepared as I was. I felt good. Time is okay. I think I could have gone a bit faster, but I think I did a good race. The Ukrainians swam quite fast. Yeah, maybe bronze would have been possible, but I thought I had a shot, and I tried.
Benoit is also talking about Ukraine on social media. Since Atlanta 1996, their swimmers have won 126 medals at the Paralympics. He calls them #superhumans here. Women's 100-meter free S8, 2 Canadians, Morgan Bird, a 22-year-old of Regina, Abby Tripp, the young 15-year-old from the Kingston Y Penguins, and representing the United States, Jessica Long, who has 17 medals coming into Rio. Let's get back to the pool.
The women's 100-meter freestyle S8 final. We'll see Abby Tripp of Canada, Cecilia Geronimo de Araujo for Brazil goes into Madison Elliott of Australia. Canada's Abby Tripp goes in lane 1. The 15-year-old will need to produce something special if she's going to medal from the outside lane. 4th in this event at World Championships last year. Well, Canada are represented twice in this final. Morgan Bird, 6th at the Paralympic Games 4 years ago. Elliott, the reigning world champion, going in lane 3. Her teammate Patterson in 5, and Long the favourite in lane 4. Tripp, Geronimo de Rojo, Elliott, Long, Patterson, Millwood, Bird and Wegerman. And this women's 100 freestyle S8. Well, a long underwater phase for Elliott, for Australia, but she comes up incredibly well out in lane 3. Stephanie Millwood of Great Britain having a strong start to her race as well, and it's the centre 2 lanes, Long and Patterson, who've got some work to do, as Millwood is having it very strong first half, as is Elliott, the 2 outside of the centre 2 lanes. And now as we come towards the turn, the field start to even up. At the turn, it is just Elliott who touches ahead of Millwood, Patterson and Long in 3rd and 4th. But his second 50 really is going to be vital to see what happens. And Madison Elliott, the Australian, out in lane 3, having a storming race. Stephanie Millwood of Great Britain going really well, and she's pushing Lakeisha Patterson. Jessica Long has got some work to do if she's going to come back. And it's the final 15 metres. This race is still so open. Madison Elliott of Australia leads. Stephanie Millwood having a very strong final finish to the race. But at the touch, it's Madison Elliott inside a new Paralympic record. And Lakeisha Patterson at the touch makes it a 1-2 for Australia. Stephanie Millwood just being pipped to the bronze medal for Great Britain. And Jessica Long finishing in 4th position. That really was one exciting race. An incredible pace was set by Madison Elliott straight away. Lakeisha Patterson congratulating her fellow swimmers, just giving a little thumbs up with her silver medal. And Stephanie Millwood had a really strong race, just couldn't quite hold on that final few strokes. Gets touched out by 0.08 of a second to bronze.
Well, some of the great athletes get to that stage in their careers where they start beating their heroes, and indeed we're seeing this here with the likes of Madison Elliott and Lakeisha Patterson. Jessica Long, the 24-year-old, not even making the medal. Stephanie Millwood with fine swim to claim the bronze in the end. The 34-year-old, her second bronze of these championships after the 400 free.
Well, Madison Elliott inside that Paralympic record, adds that with her world record she still holds, making a 1-2 for Australia. Elliott and Patterson, and a great swim by Stephanie Millwood.
Swimmers from down under rise up. Gold, Madison Elliott of Australia. Silver, Lakeisha Patterson of Australia. Bronze goes to Stephanie Millwood of Great Britain. Jessica Long outside the medals in 4th place. Morgan Bird of Canada 5th. Abby Tripp, her teammate, the 15-year-old, winds up in 7th. Tomorrow, more swimming, the aquatic stadium cooking throughout the games. It will be live streaming at cbcsports.ca/Paralympics, 8:25 a.m. Eastern. Orly Rivard swims the 100 fly in that session. There's a look at the Olympic Stadium for athletics. It's in the Maracana zone, about 45 minutes away from Baja Park. We'll go racing on the track next.
Remember the moment. Adversity staring down at you. Fear of failure as universal as your drive to victory. You
have faced that adversity, conquered it, used it to silence a world that wants to define ability. You've proven you're able to win, to inspire, thrive. You've worked just as hard, pushed just as far, overcoming the doubts all athletes face. There is no despite, only in spite of. You're here because you deserve to be. All your life you've known it. Victory against adversity defines you, but no one can define your adversity. You have shown the world that you are not here to just compete. You are here to win.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
David Garza of Mexico passed now with 200 to go as Guillaume Ouellet of Canada strides to victory here in Toronto.
It's always a tremendous honor to represent your country, and especially in international level. You always remember the first time you're wearing the maple leaf. It was in Ottawa in 2013. I was just leaving for my first World Championship, and yeah, it was a big honor for me to receive that year.
Game Faces is brought to you by the Paralympic Foundation of Canada. To support Canada's future Paralympians, text PARA-TOUGH to 45678 to donate $5.
Guillaume Ouellet, men's 1500-meter T13 final. He was first at the 2015 IPC World Championships at 5,000 meters and first at the Para-Pan Ams at 1500 meters. Tough race for him today. Abdelatif Baka of Algeria down the stretch, and he'll win the race in world record time, 3:48.29, and it goes to the wire against an Ethiopian. But Baka does get the world record, 3:48.29 once again. Guillaume Ouellet, a visually impaired athlete from Quebec City, wound up ninth with a personal best, 3:57.98. Baka gold. Demis of Ethiopia silver. Henry Kirwa of Kenya the bronze medal. Guillaume Ouellet ninth. Now we turn our attention to the T53 classification. Brent Lakatos coming up in the 400 meters to explain the class. Stephanie Dixon and PARA01.
T53 is for wheelchair track athletes who have high degree of impairment affecting the trunk and legs. These athletes generate power solely from the arms and shoulders.
PARA101 is brought to you by the Paralympian Search. Are you tough enough to become Canada's next Paralympian? Go to paralympic.ca to find out.
Brent Lakatos of Canada won the 100 meters here ahead of Pio in second and Lee in third. Fairbank is the reigning World Paralympic champion. Ponsakorn Payo of Thailand, silver in the 100 meters final here. 3 medals, 2 silvers and a bronze in the Worlds in Doha. Pierre Fairbank is the former World and Paralympic champion, I should say. Golds in the 2 and the 8 in the Europeans in 2014. The reigning Asian World and Paralympic champion for China, Li Huzhao. 4 golds in the Asian Games and 3 at London 2012. The reigning Pan Am champion and now the Paralympic champion over 100 meters. 3 golds over the 1, the 2 and the 8. Silver in the 4. Behind Lee in Doha. Brent Lakatos of Canada. Mo Jomny of Great Britain. Gold in the 4 in the European Championships in Swansea in 2014, and the former world champion 4 times over, the 1, the 2, the 4 and the 8 from 2006, the 100 meters Paralympic champion from Beijing in 08, Josh George of the United States. The final of the men's 400 meters, T53. They're away. George, Jomny, Lakatos, Lee, Fairbank, Payo, Zhao and Seaman. Lakatos off to a brilliant start. Lee alongside. They'll be certainly man-marking each other throughout this final, but Lakatos has got off to a magnificent start. Fairbank going off brilliantly for France also. Payo 2, 4th Thailand in lane 6. Lakatos going brilliantly out of lane 3 at the moment. Payo, they were the 1-2 in the 100 meters final. Lakatos with that 1, 2 and 800 meters gold performances in Doha in the World Championships. Fairbank fighting back well for France. Payo also for Thailand as they hit the balance slightly in front. Lakatos straightening up. It's brilliant this for Payo, and Payo's accelerating. He's going to get the gold for Thailand. Lakatos is there, and Fairbank also, and it's 47.91. Magnificent result. Payo of Thailand, lifetime best, and Lakatos gets his 2nd medal of these games. Has silver to go with the gold. A Canadian and America's record 48.53, and Fairbank the bronze for France.
Great start made by Brent Lakatos. Jomny and George on his left were nothing but a memory after about 100 meters, but it was Payo withering burst down the home straight. Certainly Lakatos did his best work early. Thought he might catch Payo on the stagger, did not, and Ponsakorn Payo drives it to the line. He had plenty left, and a 47.91 is a personal best for Payo, and Pierre Fairbank a season best 49 dead for him. But he had something left, didn't he? Ponsakorn Payo moving away from Lakatos over the final 50 meters.
Yeah, he had a lot in reserve. He took it up from that final bend, and Lakatos had a marvelous start. Did he go out too strong too early? Only he can answer that. But Payo had the brilliant finish. Really tight between those two with about 80 to go. But Payo gets the gold. His first Paralympic Games, his first Paralympic gold. Silver in the 100 meters behind Lakatos, but a reversal of that, and Fairbank, who is 5th in the 100 meters final, and he hasn't won a Paralympic Games medal since 2008 in Beijing. He takes the bronze, but Payo is our Paralympic champion. 47.91, almost half a second off his lifetime best. Brent Lakatos the silver for Canada, and Fairbank the bronze for France. Josh George, who was in the 5,000 meters final earlier, finished 5th in that, is 7th here.
Gold, Ponsakorn Payo of Thailand. Silver, Brent Lakatos of Canada. Bronze, Pierre Fairbank of France. That's the 2nd medal for Brent Lakatos, and he's with Rob Snook at the Olympic Stadium.
Brent, it's another medal for Canada, and I know you're happy about that. Take us through the race. Out of lane 3, and you had the Thai guy on your right.
Yeah, I like being able to see him, but lane 3 is a sharp turn, and so it's a little harder to navigate that. But it's a good time for me. He was just smoking fast out there, so hats off to him.
You know, he was behind you, obviously, in the 100. Any surprises at all? Did you expect him to be kind of where he was? Or?
Well, I've seen him in the 100 and on the warm-up track. He's been pushing really fast, much faster than he ever has before. And so I knew he would definitely be the one to beat.
Quite a story. Tatiana McFadden of the United States, born in Russia, spina bifida, spent until age 6 in a Russian orphanage with virtually nothing, not even a wheelchair, adopted by U.S. parents. She made her Paralympic debut at age 15 in Athens and won 2 medals. Here she is in the women's 400-meter T54.
The women's 400 meters T54, the strongest, fastest, least impaired wheelchair racing category. And that means Tatiana McFadden in her race for 7 Paralympic medals. Silver in the 100. The gold medalist in that goes in this, and she is the reigning Asian and world champion Lu Wenchun. Tatiana McFadden is the Paralympic champion. Sherry Madsen, a predecessor of hers. And here's Tatiana McFadden. 10 Paralympic medals now, 3 of them gold from London 2012. For the 8 and the 15. So again, a brilliant field, again expected to be fast. McFadden, the defending champion. Lu, the 100 champion. And lots more besides. Vandenbroek, Hannah McFadden, Zhu, Madsen, Lu, Tatiana McFadden, Cher, Ma. Away we go. The final of the women's 400 meters. T54. Tatiana McFadden away well. I think Lu Wenchun off that little bit faster alongside her. That was certainly the case in the 100 meters final when Lu got off faster than Tatiana McFadden. But now with the longer distance, she's really well in her stride. It's Tatiana McFadden in 6. It's Lu Wenchun in 5. Ma Jing's going quite well in 8. But it's McFadden and Lu who perform the best, and now McFadden pushes away. It's a good, clear daylight between her and the rest as she turns for home. Tatiana McFadden, who won this in 2012 in London. Here she goes again, going for the double in Rio. It's Tatiana McFadden who's going to win this. Sherry Madsen in 2nd place, Lu in 3rd, and Tatiana McFadden gets her first gold in Rio, 53.30. And Sherry Madsen gets the silver, her first Paralympic medal since 2000. But Tatiana McFadden, well, she's on the hunt for 6 golds now, and that's the first of them. I certainly think Lu is a better starter generally than McFadden from the 2 finals that we've witnessed in which they've been back-to-back. But, I mean, McFadden in that 2nd section, will say between 100 to 300. It's pretty much where she won it, Steve. She just wheeled away.
Yeah, and won it by 3-4 lengths. Wasn't going to let this one slip. Needed that first gold, gets it. And it's a USA 1-2, China 3rd. And, you know, the McFadden story, very moving. You know, from an orphanage in St. Petersburg, Russia, to representing the USA, and so decorated now. And Tatiana McFadden, all smiles once the hard work had been done. She really wanted this one. Couldn't go under 52 seconds to get near her own world record. That doesn't matter. 53.30 is fine because it means gold. And Sherry Madsen of the United States 2nd in 54.50, and Zhu Li Hong a personal best of 54.70 in picking up the bronze medal.
Yeah, it's a terrific story. Also for Sherry Madsen, by the way, she left the sport for 12 years. She had been the first Native American to win a wheelchair medal. It was Zhao in 3rd, Lu in 4th, by the way. And there's Hannah McFadden, whose background is similar to her sisters. Tatiana with the gold, Tatiana McFadden, 53.30. Sherry Madsen the silver, 54.50. Zhao in 3rd, Lu in 4th, and Shah in 5th place.
Tatiana McFadden with the victory, the gold medal in 53.30. She goes in the 1500 tomorrow. Sherry Madsen, her teammate from the United States, takes the silver medal, and China's Zhao, 54.70, takes the bronze in this race. Once again, McFadden, 1,500 meters tomorrow. Jason Dunkerley of Ottawa is a visually impaired middle distance and distance runner. He's been winning medals at the Paralympic Games since Sydney in 2000. Now, Jason runs with a guide runner. That's Josh Karanja, who was born in Kenya. They've been together since 2011, and together they bring out the best in each other.
The Paralympians, brought to you by CIBC.
Running in lane number 2, Jason Dunkerley of Canada was born blind, running with his Kenyan-born guide Josh Karanja, who he says has made him a faster athlete because he's simply a faster runner himself.
Josh has been amazing as a guide runner, but also as a role model. He's always sort of challenged me to raise my own game.
I just clicked. It's easy to get along with Jay. Jay's a very likable guy. I've described Jay as the greatest human being I know.
We can't do this without support, the important role that guides play.
Jason Dunkerley relies entirely on the cues of his guide and the motivation that guide provides.
It is a big responsibility because you're responsible for somebody's dream.
It's a team sport. Josh is as committed and motivated as I am.
Jason Dunkerley listening to his guide, Josh Karanja.
You don't want to be that guy who cost him a medal.
You need to be able to trust the person you're with. You need them to be preferably a good bit faster so you never worry that you're going to be held up.
And I have to always be in shape, always ready. I always have to be willing to hurt.
And this is where the guide becomes not just a guide, but a motivator. Jason doesn't know how far ahead his competitor is until the guide relays it to him.
I mean, Josh is a competitor, so he wants to do as well in the same way that I do.
Now Karanja, the guide with Dunkerley, closes the gap to about 4 meters.
I'll say he's empathetic in some ways. You know, I mean, he understands what it's like to hurt.
I come to practice knowing that I have a job to do.
He'll also say, you know, Jay, I'm not going to feel bad for you today. And that's sometimes what you need to hear when you're feeling sorry for yourself out there in a tough workout.
Sometimes I'm nice, sometimes I'm not, because, you know, he's got goals.
I'm trying to succeed for myself, but I'm also trying to succeed for him and for the two of us as a team. I've been on the podium at the previous Paralympics, and there was a little bit of a hollow feeling in the sense that, you know, the person that helped me to get there would bring me up to the podium and then step back. Being on the podium in London together, it's great that we're at a point now where guide runners receive that recognition.
So I had a smile for days after that. Probably one of the happiest moments of my life.
The Paralympians is brought to you by CIBC, proud partner of the Canadian Paralympic team.
This is the heat for Jason Dunkerley and Josh Karanja in the 1,500 meters. They didn't qualify for these Paralympics until late July, and they catch a break in this heat. They actually finished third, but the runners ahead of them from Turkey were disqualified. That means that Dunkerley and Karanja qualify for the final. So it is indeed fortunate for the Canadians, and that final is Tuesday, September the 13th, the men's 1,500 meters, T11. Jason Dunkerley and Josh Karanja figure to be contenders in the race. Christ the Redeemer looking over Guanabara Bay. When we come back, track and field and teenager Liam Stanley as Rio 2016 continues on CBC.
Hello there. You're one of the lucky ones to call yourself Canadian. You'll have heroes, but you'll find ways to inspire yourself. You'll love your home, but its borders won't be able to hold you. One day, you'll push out to see the world, make your mark, and fly the flag. And when you leave, they'll remember that smart, helpful, tough, confident Canadian. The world needs more Canada. Let's bring it to them.
Introducing an amazing lineup of accessible devices from Bell, like the hearing aid-compatible Doro 824 with a friendly and intuitive interface. With a tactile keyboard overlay, the Doro 824C is designed for those who are blind or have low vision. Chocolate. It even reads text for you. Plus, the Tekla fits to any wheelchair, so it can work hands-free. Bell. Accessibility just got better.
Today, we've invited a group of youngsters to the ranch.
Do the cows ever go in the house with you? What's it like to be a rancher? Is it true that cows jump over the moon?
Cows like to travel in S's.
Do you have to work every day?
That's right.
Do you even have to work on your birthday?
Great food grows in Canada. That's why McDonald's only serves Canadian beef.
Shuttle bay doors open. Copy that. It's a rogue. 3, 2, 1. Ignition. We have liftoff. Throttle up. Landing complete.
It's a Rogue.
The 2016 Nissan Rogue, the compact SUV with all the space you need.
I am babysitting tonight.
You're joking.
I wish I was joking.
But you hate kids.
That's correct.
Oh my God. Can I watch or videotape?
No,
Can I bring friends?
No.
Welcome back to Rio 2016 and the Paralympic Games on CBC. A look at the Athletic Stadium by night. The men's 1,500-meter T37 final, featuring 19-year-old Liam Stanley of Victoria. It's his para-athletics debut. He's better known as a soccer player, but he trains with Canadian marathon great Bruce Deacon in Victoria. Now, let's get to the race at the stadium.
It's the final of the men's 1,500 meters, T37. Michael McKillop, the man they all have to be. 11 major championship finals on the global stage, and he's won 10 of those 11. Brad Scott, who has 7 major championship medals, 5 silver, 2 bronze, has been the man closest to him down through the years. Will this be the day for the man out of Western Australia? Or will it be more gold for Dr. Michael McKillop? 3 times the Paralympic champion, double 800, 1,500 London 2012, won the 8 in Beijing, 7 World Championship golds, and 1 silver, that coming from 2006 for Michael McKillop. For Canada, Liam Stanley, his first major championship as an athlete. He's an international footballer. His nation didn't qualify. His coach said, try the athletics, and he qualified. Maji Jamal of Algeria, 4th in the 8 and the 15 in London. Bronze in the 15, behind McKillop and Scott in Doha. And Shane Dobson from Moncton and New Brunswick in Canada, 4th in the 1,500 meters and 12th in the 800 in Doha, the Worlds. So many athletes here who have succeeded in the past. Scott regularly on the podium, McKillop regularly at the top. Underway in the final of the men's 1500 metres, T37. Sometimes the T38s have been mixed in this as well, which is a stronger category of cerebral palsy athlete, but it hasn't mattered to McKillop because he's gone off and beaten them all. Dobson, Jamai, Stanley, Ahorak, Scott Dominguez, Espinoza, and Michael McKillop in this final. It's really a strong start straight away. Although Jamai has got out too quickly, we'll have to consider. It's good to see Ivan Espinoza here, the first ever track athlete to qualify for a Paralympic Games. Maji Jamai, bronze in the 1500 metres in those World Championships in Doha, where conditions were knocking on 40 Celsius every day, despite it well being out of summer. Scott and McKillop, side by side as they have been so often down through the years. 3 laps to go. They know each other's games so well.
They do, and side by side they go. I wonder if they can just dictate the race. I don't think they'll be too worried about Jamai out in front. It's not likely he can continue that pace. And now McKillop just eases a bit away from Australia's Brad Scott. And we had Ahorak of Morocco also reasonably handily placed in the red shirt there. But Scott's just let a couple get away from him. And McKillop in second place. And they're just starting to move up on our front runner, Jamai.
He's decided to put the foot down a bit, Scott, and McKillop's decided to put the foot down on Jamai as well. Jamai still leads. McKillop in second place. In third is Liam Stanley, who was originally expected to be playing here in the international football. But he's worked well on the inside, and on the outside it's Hafid Ahorak of Morocco. Brad Scott's in fifth place. Got about 850 metres to go. Jamai for Algeria. Now McKillop's up on his shoulder. Stanley, Ahorak, 2 laps to go. Scott is in fifth place. Dobson in sixth for Canada. And McKillop now will decide to make a move and take the lead in this men's 1500 metres final. With around 700 to go, he's come up alongside Jamai. The pace is slowed, and our leader with 700 remaining is Michael McKillop, and in second place is Liam Stanley.
6 seem to be in it. And Brad Scott at the trail of the field and his main rival at the front. Michael McKillop is dictating terms now. Our runaway front runner Ahorak has come back to the field. And so it's McKillop's, I would think, to lose from here. He's such a powerful runner over the last lap and a half. Expect him to do the job as they come into the home straight.
Well, McKillop's in the lead, and it's Stanley on his shoulder, who's put in a great performance so far. And the man from Victoria in British Columbia, well, they will have been roused out of the beds early this morning. We're at the bell, and McKillop has got Stanley on his shoulder. Jamai is in third place. Ahorak is in fourth. In fifth for Canada's Dobson. McKillop, a very strong club runner as well. He's won in the IAAF circuit regularly. He's won races in the likes of the Morton Games in Dublin. McKillop's leading this, but he hasn't shaken off Liam Stanley yet. He's got a lot of stamina, this Canadian. McKillop's having to fight very, very hard. A real battle for the gold for him this time. McKillop is holding on. McKillop keeping the lead. Stanley in second place. Now he begins to put the hammer down. And Michael McKillop, who's been in this situation so many times before, the 3 times Paralympic champion across Beijing and in London, leads Liam Stanley heading into the final straight. And Rio de Janeiro is going to hear the Irish national anthem. It's Michael McKillop heading for the line, and for the 3rd Paralympic Games, it will be gold for McKillop. Brilliant running from McKillop once more. He's the champion on the treble. 4:12.12. Stanley, a brilliant silver for Canada. 3rd is Jamai for Algeria. 4th for Morocco will be Ahorak. 5th for Canada will be Dobson. And 6th for Australia will be Brad Scott. No podium for Brad this time. And a lot of hard yards being done. Espinoza in 8th. Dominguez will be in 7th. Michael McKillop gets the acclaim of the Encinal in Rio de Janeiro.
So we had Jamai racing away with an early lead. McKillop threatened to own this race. Stanley there from Canada. Shoulder to shoulder they went for about a lap and a half. But as the finish line approached, he was all on his own. Michael McKillop in 4:12.11.
Gold for Ireland again. 4:12.11. Stanley, brilliant. Silver for Canada, 4:16.72. Jamai, the bronze for Algeria, 4:17.28 ahead of Aharak, Dobson and Scott.
When all is said and done, gold to Ireland's Michael McKillop, silver for Canada's Liam Stanley. What a gutsy race for the rookie. Bronze to an Algerian, Majid Jamai. As mentioned, Canada's Shane Dobson wound up 5th in the race. Here's Liam Stanley to reflect on a podium finish in his national team debut with Rob Snook.
Liam, congratulations, the silver medal. You were right on the shoulder of the Irish athlete at the bell lap. Take us through the final lap for you.
I knew I had a chance, so I knew I was probably going to get at least a medal, so I just tried to hang on to him as long as I could. And he put me in the last 250, but I tried to hang on as long as I could.
What's your feeling right now? You're a silver medalist at the Paralympic Games. What's going through your mind?
I can't describe it. You know, it's something I wanted all my life, and it's come true, so I'm kind of speechless right now.
Made his name as a soccer player, and now all of a sudden he's burning up the track. 19-year-old Liam Stanley. By the way, his coach, Bruce Deacon, a marathoner, won a silver medal at the 2003 Pan American Games in Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic. So it's nice to be young and afraid of nothing at the Paralympic Games. But experience can also be great. The oldest Paralympian for Canada at these games, 59-year-old Stephanie Chan of Vancouver, in the sport of table tennis, and they play that at Rio Centro. It's a semi-final Sunday for Stephanie, who, as I said, is from Vancouver. Chan played Kelly Van Zon for a chance to go to the gold-silver final. But it turned out not to be the Canadians' day. Chan fell 11-7, 12-10, and then 11-1 in a match that lasted about 16 minutes. And there are the final moments of a match as Van Zon takes it over Stephanie Chan of Canada. Stephanie will still get a chance to play for a bronze medal. That's on Tuesday as she meets Jong Ok Kim of South Korea. Kim won in 5 games in their preliminary round contest. Let's get some reaction from Stephanie Chan.
I feel a little nervous because she's playing well, and this is my first time to play this year. My first time to play with her, and so she played well, and I'm lucky can play with her. Yeah, I never found that I can come to the semi-final because I'm ranked 10, so I'm lucky to play. Yeah.
Zooming in on Baja Olympic Park. Coming up, Greg Westlake and Canada's men's basketball team with their backs against the wall. They take on Japan as Rio 2016 continues the Paralympic Games on CBC.
My name may not be known across the country, but when you see me compete in the Paralympic Games, the country will see all it took to get me here. I'm Sabrina Duchesne. Today, I'm part of Team Canada, but first I was part of tomorrow's Team Canada.
Since 1988, Petro-Canada has supported over 2,700 Olympic and Paralympic hopefuls.
I pick up a broken comb, run it through my thin gray hair. Though I don't have any plans tonight, I'm not going in.
Megan Montgomery had a nice career as a para rower, winning 4 World Championship medals between 2006 and 2011. But after competing in her second Paralympics in London and coming away without a medal, she decided to retire. The 34-year-old Winnipeg native opted to make a comeback in 2015. Today in Rio, she helped her LTA, that's legs, trunk, and arms, mixed Coxed 4 achieve history. They rode to a bronze medal, the first time Canada has ever won a Paralympics rowing medal.
Being on the podium and making history for Canada was definitely a motivator.
Megan has enjoyed a relationship with her para rowing crew as they developed confidence and belief in each other. And there to witness her success were her parents. Competitive fires rekindled in the heart of the games.
Heart of the Games is brought to you by Canadian Tire. We all play for Canada.
A return in Rio in rowing. It's at the heart of the games. Great stories. Here's Greg Westlake, the captain of Canada's sledge hockey team, and we're here to talk about a big basketball game for Canada. The men take on Japan, and I'm wondering, in your experience, does desperation count for anything? Can it make your performance better?
Well, it should make your performance better because at the end of the day, you train for these pressure situations, and this should test the leadership on Team Canada. David Ing, Bo Hedges, are they going to be there to show these young guys that you got to bring it tonight?
Let's see what desperation looks like. Here are the Group A standings in men's wheelchair basketball. Canada and Japan have 3 losses, no wins. 3 teams have 3 victories. 4 teams are going from this group to the quarterfinals. Canada must win this basketball game. That's the bottom line. Greg, you talked about leadership. There's no doubt that David Ing has provided that, but he needs more than just his own talent.
He does. They need some depth. They need Nick Gonchin to have a big game to break out. They need Bo Hedges to make some shots. They need everybody really tonight. They need energy. If they could get a unit off the bench tonight, that would be a big spark for them. But at the end of the day, this is all about confidence. This is about communication. They talked about it. When their defense is in, it's like music, David Ing said. And right now, they're a little out of sync. So we'll see if they can get there tonight.
David Ing, the Canadian flag bearer at his 4th Paralympic Games, but he may not be enough tonight for Canada versus Japan. So what is it that the Canadians need? Let's hear from the Canadian coach, Steve Bialowas.
Just our consistency. As we saw last night against Australia, we played one good half against them. I mean, they're defending world champs, and then in the second half, we got away from what was working with us. So just that 40 minutes of execution and of, basically compete level. So if you take against the good teams in the world, if you take a break here and there, it doesn't take much to give up a few advantages to them, and they will finish. They will make you pay for those mistakes. There won't be a second chance.
There are no second chances, Greg, on the greatest stage in the world. On paper, the Canadians and Japanese match up well.
Well, their coach was 100% right. This game's about compete level. And so far, Canada's had the tendency to play to the level of their opponent. They had a great game against Australia, and if they bring that today against Japan, they'll be just fine.
Starting lineups, the Canadians and the Japanese. Both teams need a win in order to survive in this tournament. Let's get you out to Rio Olympic Arena.
As part of Rio 2016 Paralympic Games, we have men's wheelchair basketball, a Group A preliminary game between Japan and Canada. And the tap is controlled by Fujimoto for Japan, and Japan come up now playing from right to left and in white. Fuji on the outside. Fujimoto. Kozai inside to Chiwai, the big man, and Eng got a hand on that, deflected away, but Fujimoto, 7 on the shot clock, he shoots, and it rings out, and Eng with the rebound for Canada. Eng brings it down himself. Miller trying to set the pick for him. Now Eng sets the pick for Gonkin. Cross court to Juan. Back to Gonkin, 5 on the shot clock. He lets the 3 go. It goes in and out. Chiwaki can't hold the rebound, but Kozai quickly is there. He's very quick on the chair. Watch him go now. He's got an open path to the basket. Kozai, end to end. Kozai, first points of the game for Japan. And Juan comes away for Canada. Juan, the Korean-born player, plays in Korea right now. And gets it off the glass. We're tied at 2. Juan also played for the Trier Dolphins in Germany, a popular destination for a lot of players from North America. Fuji, back to Kozai. Kozai for 3, hits the front rim, and the rebound comes to Miller. Long pass for Gonkin, he can't keep it in, and it'll go over to Japan. Japanese using the elastic bands to stretch. With a little bit of, oh, beautifully done, right down the middle, wide open for the layup is Toyoshima. For Miller. Rebound by Chiwaki. Finds Kozai. Good bit of defense there by Toyoshima. Met. Eng had to get that shot away quickly, and it goes in off the glass. And we're tied at, sorry, it's 5-4. It was a 2. Toyoshima. Champions working a little wave there. Ishikawa with the block. Fujimoto. Lots of time, and he sinks it. 7-4. Juan now. Good pass. Gonkin lays it in. 7-6. To Fujimoto. Kozai got the screen from Fujimoto, and he hit. What a shot as he spun around and quick release. 9-6. Eng driving down the line, just drops it to Jasmine. He missed the shot, but the rebound to Juan. He missed the shot, and Chiwaki rebounds for Japan. And we've got a collision. Gonkin and Kozai are both down, and Kozai is still down. And for Japan, Nagata, Fujisawa, Miyajima, Chuchiko, and Chokai are all in, a complete new unit. And that's Chuchiko, and he hits his first shot. 11-6. Under 3 minutes to play in the first period. Donkin for Canada. Nice bit of defense by Fujisawa. Bo Hedges is in for Canada, the other co-captain. The veteran. Gonkin inside, good pass. Gonkin a little hard on the shot, missed it, but the rebound comes away to Miller. Hedges from the foul line, and he hits. 11-8. Miyajima, good pass inside. He was up in the chair, way up in the chair was Chuchiko. But Chuchiko gets the basket, and it is 13-8. Nagata picks himself up. That's how he went down. And with the penalty situation, that means Gonkin will shoot the foul shot. We'll get to 30 seconds left in the period. Gonkin with 2 shots to pull Canada within 3. Still not getting the rolls. Makes the second, 13-9. If you can't get the roll from the rim, the best thing to do is not hit the rim. Nothing but net. Chokai, it's very quick. Back to Miyajima. Miyajima watching the shot clock, which is 6 seconds ahead of the game clock. 7 on the shot clock now. Chuchiko, Fujisawa. Fujisawa's shot is wild. He's only... Well, that'll make it that much harder now, too. With the inbound from Hickey, back to Hickey, and there's the heave as the buzzer goes. Not far off, and you could hear the crowd's reaction. Hickey's was not far off, but that brings the first quarter to an end. A close one with Japan leading Canada 13-9.
Hello there. You are now one of the lucky people in this world to call yourself Canadian. Welcome aboard. You'll grow up doing things we all do, or you'll do your own thing. Either way, you're a doer. Your heroes will inspire you, but you'll find ways to inspire yourself. That's important. You'll love your home, but its borders won't be able to hold you. You'll push out to see the world. One day, you'll wake up 6 hours ahead, or 8 hours behind, or here. Maybe to prove yourself. Maybe because you're needed. Maybe to show off your big, bad, superpowered brain. That'll be you flying the flag. And when you leave, they'll remember that smart, helpful, confident, tough Canadian. So we thank you in advance for making your mark. The world needs more Canada. Let's bring it to them.
Right now, you don't know my name. You might not even care to know it. That's because you haven't seen me on the Olympic stage. Yet. I'm Alex Tugas. In Rio, I'm not part of Team Canada. I'm part of tomorrow's Team Canada.
Since 1988, Petro-Canada has supported over 2,700 Olympic and Paralympic hopefuls.
I pick up a broken comb, run it through my thin gray hair. Though I don't have any plans tonight, I'm not going in.
(13-9) at the end of the first quarter, about to start the second quarter here at the Rio Olympic Arena. Group A basketball, two teams without a win yet in the tournament, each battling for their first win. And Hedges put Canada within 2 points with the first basket. No Patrick Anderson, the big star of the Canadian team. They had gold in Sydney and Athens, silver in Beijing, gold again in London. And Kozai comes right back for Japan. It's 15-11. So it's a Canadian team that's really just starting the process of rebuilding their roster now after that run of medals, 3 golds and a silver in the last 4 Olympics. Hedges and Eng, parts of that team. And Eng with the shot, and good, 15-13. Another collision. Well, you see the etiquette. The players pick themselves up unless they need help. The collision, no foul, just a collision. But you saw Eng offering him use his chair to lever himself up. So you see him just saying, no, I can do it myself. Fujimoto, oh, good pass to Chiwaki, and Chiwaki lays it in with Eng right on his back. 17-13. Eng stopped by Fuji. Nice pass. Jasmine misses the shot. Chiwaki with the rebound for Japan. Good long pass to Kozai. Kozai on the break. Kozai lays it in. 19-13. He's so quick. Kozai for 3, and he hits. Kozai, Japan 22, Kenya 13. Lancia. Hedges ahead of him. across to Eng. Eng off the glass and through. 22-15. Ishikawa to Fujimoto. Fujimoto, great pass. Toyoshima couldn't get the shot off, but Kozai can from the three-point line, and he hits. 25-15, 4 minutes to play. Gonkin had trouble controlling the pass. Nice job. Oh, and the good drop and the basket by Miller. Chichiko was doing some good defending there, making Gonkin shot harder, but Gonkin simply dropped the pass over him to Miller. Miller laid it in. It's 25-17. Chichiko misses. Eng with the rebound again, puts those elbows out to protect the ball. And Eng with the lead pass for Miller. He has to turn around quickly. He protects the ball. Good pass to Gonkin in the paint. Drops it for Hedges. Hedges can't get it to go. Just a little bit too far under the basket, but great work by Canada. They just don't get the points to make it pay off. 3 minutes to play now in the half. Foul is going to be on Miller. Shokai underneath and puts it in. Gonkin off the glass, misses. Rebound by Miyajima. Gonkin with Nagata defending him. Eng quickly around Miyajima. Picked up by Chuchi. Eng again. Oh, good pass to Hedges. Hedges can't get the shot away. Gives it back to Eng with 3 on the shot clock. Eng puts the shot up and gets the roll. 27-19. 2 minutes to play. Miyajima, oh, great pass. 2 shots. Nagata will go to the line. Foul on Tyler Miller. Jasmine comes back in the game. With that mustache, if he's a jazz man, it must be Dixieland. You just see him with a straw hat, striped blazer, clarinet. Nagata makes both, 29-19. Eng gets it up to Jasmine. He's looking for Gonkin with the pass. Gonkin has it in the paint. Well, end-to-end all the way and made it look easy as well. Murakami with the basket, 31-20. 10 on the shot clock for Japan. Chichiko, whoa! Look at the Japanese fans. They were counting down for him. 33-22 now. Hedges with the layup, 33-24. Now Nagata. And a foul on Eng. Not a good foul with 3 seconds to play. And that sends Chuchiko to the line. Chichiko makes them both. It's 35-24. 3 seconds to go. That's a great inbound pass. Jasmine for 3, but misses as the buzzer goes off. But that was a great pass and a good look for Jasmine. Just couldn't get the ball to drop. And that has been part of the story for Canada throughout this first half. And at the end of the first half, they trailed Japan 35-24.
Halftime does not favor Canada. The desperation continues. They're down by 11 to the equally desperate Japanese. Greg's analysis coming up as Rio 2016 continues.
Remember the moment. Adversity staring down at you. Fear of failure as universal as your drive to victory. You have faced that adversity, conquered it, used it to silence a world that wants to define ability. You've proven you're able to win, to inspire, thrive. You've worked just as hard, pushed just as far, overcoming the doubts all athletes face. There is no despite, only in spite of. You're here because you deserve to be. All your life you've known it. Victory against adversity defines you, but no one can define your adversity. You have shown the world that you are not here to just compete. You are here to win.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Coming up tomorrow on day 5 of the Paralympic Games from Rio. It's the final day of the preliminary round in wheelchair basketball. The Canadian women meet Brazil to determine quarterfinal placing. And Aurélie Rivard looks for another medal in the pool as she swims the 100-meter butterfly. Baja Olympic Park, welcome back to Rio 2016 and the Paralympic Games on CBC. Canada's down to Japan in men's play. Earlier, Canada's undefeated women faced a strong German squad at Carioca Arena #1. Canada led by 2 at the half, but didn't have the answer for strong shooting center Marieke Miller, who scored 22 points for Germany, hitting 50% of her shots despite 23 points from Cindy Willett. Canada lost 68-54, leaving both teams with 2-1 records. Canada completes the first round tomorrow against Brazil at 10:45 a.m. Eastern. Right now, there's a three-way tie for first in Group A. The quarterfinals begin on Tuesday. Okay, we're back with Greg Westlake. What is wrong with Canada? Down to Japan at the half, and not by a little. The Canadians are just not firing on any cylinders.
Well, I can't help but think about the past few Paralympic Games. They've had Pat Anderson, who was by far the best player in the world, and now they have to make up for his loss. So essentially what you have right now with Team Canada is a bunch of players who are used to playing roles, defensive roles, energy roles, and you're asking a lot out of them. You're asking them to score all the baskets now, and they're just having a hard time making up for that loss.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at some of the play by Canada in that first half. Missed opportunities galore, and some of their big players absolutely not effective. I'm thinking about Nick Gonchin.
Well, Nick Gonchin's fantastic. He's 24 years old. He's going to get better, but so far he's having a tough night. Hopefully he can turn around the second half, but what I'm seeing from him right now is just some misses on some high percentages shots, and also just some hesitation. He's passing off some looks to other players that he needs to be aggressive. He needs to drive the lane and get to the free throw line.
You know, we talk about Pat Anderson not being on the team anymore, and he's your go-to guy in terms of scoring a lot of points. But they also don't have that dominant big player who can rule inside.
Well, that's just it. And we've seen so far through the whole Paralympics that if you have a big guy or big woman down low, you can get it to them, and points in the paint are huge in wheelchair basketball. Right now, Canada's getting out-rebounded, outscored in the paint almost every game.
We use the word desperation a lot. It applies now. They're down by Japan a lot, and they've got to get going in the second half of play if they hope to survive. Take a look at this, the first half stats. One of the things that it reveals is the Canadians are taking low percentage shots, and none of them are going in the basket. They have got to get going. We'll return with the second half from Rio Olympic Arena as the Paralympic Games continue on CBC. Canada, Japan, basketball.
Hello there. You're one of the lucky ones to call yourself Canadian. You'll have heroes, but you'll find ways to inspire yourself. You'll love your home, but its borders won't be able to hold you. One day, you'll push out to see the world, make your mark, and fly the flag. And when you leave, they'll remember that smart, helpful, tough, confident Canadian. The world needs more Canada. Let's bring it to them.
Introducing an amazing lineup of accessible devices from Bell, like the hearing aid-compatible Doro 824 with a friendly and intuitive interface. With a tactile keyboard overlay, the Doro 824C is designed for those who are blind or have low vision. Chocolate. It even reads text for you. Plus, the Tekla fits to any wheelchair, so it can work hands-free. Bell. Accessibility just got better.
Today, we've invited a group of youngsters to the ranch.
Do the cows ever go in the house with you? What's it like to be a rancher? Is it true that cows jump over the moon?
Cows like to travel in S's.
Do you have to work every day?
That's right.
Do you even have to work on your birthday?
Great food grows in Canada. That's why McDonald's only serves Canadian beef.
danger. The new Nissan Sentra with Nissan Intelligent Safety Shield technologies.
When our team is clicking, the communication level is very high, and you can hear chairs grinding on other chairs because we play a full court defense. There's always contact, and so when you hear the communication across all 5 guys communicating with whoever's beside them, and then you hear that grinding on chairs and all that, you really know that our defense really dictates our offense as well, and so that's when things are going well.
Game Faces is brought to you by the Paralympic Foundation of Canada. To support Canada's future Paralympians, text PARA-TOUGH to 45678 to donate $5.
The voice of experience, co-captain Bo Hedges. Greg, once inserted in the lineup, he seems to know what to do.
Absolutely, and he has such a nice shooting stroke, and you see it here. He finds a lane and doesn't hesitate. When he has a shot, he takes it, and that's something that the younger guys could definitely learn from if Canada wants to get back in this game.
As you said, not allergic to an open shot, and court director for his teammates. Third quarter is pivotal for the Canadians. They're on the brink. Let's get back to the arena.
So welcome back to the Rio Olympic Arena in the Olympic Park in Rio de Janeiro and the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games men's wheelchair basketball. A Group A matchup between the two teams in the group without a win to this point, Japan and Canada, and Japan are getting the better of it, leading Canada 35-24 at halftime. Japan inbound now to start play. For Canada, they really need to have to play better defense and also just be more efficient on offense. And Fujimoto, the leading scorer in the tournament. Two in a row now for Fujimoto, and if he gets hot, there's going to be a problem for Canada. Nice pass. Lovely stuff. Vermette finishes it off 39-26. Hedges trying to get himself free. He's got some space. Shot is up and in, and the foul. That was great work by Hedges because he made extra space for himself. And by doing that, was able to draw the foul as well. And he completes the three-point play, 40-29 now. Kozai weaving his way around on the outside. Chokai trying to set the pick. Chawaki goes underneath. Fujimoto banks it in from the front. It's 42-29. Chiwaki came out on Hedges. Hedges still looking for some space. Eng at the foul line shoots. It's going to be off the front rim, and there is a foul. Makes the first. Makes the second. Kozai, Fujimoto in his spot, sinks it. Loves that corner, just on the edge of the paint. And it's 44-31 to Japan. Duncan works his way in, great pass to Hedges. Hedges lays it in, 44-33. Miyajima, Chichiko, and he hits 46-33. Chichiko got the screen, got the shot. 50. Japanese guy looking at the phone, waving the flag. Donkin. Nice move. Ball tipped away from him, however, by Toyoshima. It's picked up by Ishikawa. Toyoshima comes down, but Hickey's back really quickly to cut him off. Kozai over to Fujimoto. That's his spot. And he hits it. 52-38. Chiwaki gets a little congratulation from Kozai. Miller, that was his fourth foul. Ishikawa was thinking about the shot or why he was left so alone. Fujimoto, 10 on the shot clock, back to Ishikawa at the foul line, but now he's got Juan on him. Kozai is alone, and Kozai sinks the shot, 54-38. Juan. Hickey. Gonkin. Good defense. Toyoshima right on him. Off the front rim by Jasmine. Had to take that shot, and it was a good look. Just a little short. And that ends in the third quarter as Kozai comes down. But another quarter won by Japan. They increased the lead by 5. And they're now up by 14 points, 54-38 at the end of 3 quarters here. 3 quarters of the way to get in their first win in men's Group A preliminary wheelchair basketball here at the Rio 2016 Paralympics. And if we take a look at the statistical ledger, it's still the shooting advantage, the big shooting advantage for Japan. Better on free throws, better from 3-point, better from 2-point, and obviously better overall. 12-2 in points from turnovers, even though the turnover numbers are equal. And that's the story of the game so far at the end of 3 quarters. Japan 54, Canada 38.
chances are you don't know who I am. You don't recognize my face and you haven't seen me compete. But one day you will. I'm Alexandre Corriveau. In Rio, I'm not part of Team Canada. I'm part of tomorrow's Team Canada.
Since 1988, Petro-Canada has supported over 2,700 Olympic and Paralympic hopefuls.
I pick up a broken comb, run it through my thin gray hair. Though I don't have any plans tonight, I'm not going in.
Canadians are busy tomorrow. 27 individuals, 4 teams in action. Of note in the morning, Pam Lejean of Cape Breton in the shot put final, 19-year-old Austin Smeek of Oakville, a wheelchair racer, T34 100-meter final. Full streaming tomorrow on cbcsports.ca/Paralympics. Swimming heats, 8:25 a.m. Eastern. Athletics heats and finals at 8:50, 5:50 a.m. Pacific. And women's wheelchair basketball. Canada and Janet McLaughlin take on Brazil at 10:45 a.m. ET, 7:45 a.m. Pacific. Back to basketball.
Welcome back, and beginning the fourth quarter at the end of 3, it's Japan 54, Canada 38. Japan increased their lead by 5 in the third period. Canada came out hot at the start of the period, but Japan simply wore them down. An interesting tactic by the Japanese as well. They're using 2 units, basically. Their starting team, and then they bring in a second unit off the bench, which is somewhat quicker than the first, and it's causing Canada a lot of defensive problems. 10 minutes of ball to play here. Each team looking for their first win in the Rio Paralympic basketball tournament. Kozai into Fujimoto. Fujimoto gets the shot and the foul. What a way to start the fourth quarter for Canada. Fouls on Bo Hedges. Kozai was the big scorer in the first half. He now has 17. Fujimoto has come up to 14, and Chuchiko on that second unit has scored 12. And Fujimoto made that 15. Moronchuk is in the game now. Jasmine nearly toppled over and is set right. Hedges, Moronchuk. Jasmine, Vermette, and Gonkin. Kozai goes in and puts it in. It's Kozai, Toyoshima, and Fujimoto. Miyajima, nice move. Finishes with the layup. Just went right past Hedges. Hedges went down. Incidental contact. And Japan leads 61-38. Chokaido harassing Hedges. This is the defensive pressure that's given Canada so much trouble. Moronchuk now for Canada. He's 2-on-1 with Hedges. He comes down and puts it in. 61-40 with 7.5 to play. Down court now. Eng. Eng's got some space. Good pass to Moronchuk. Moronchuk lays it in, and there's a foul. So Moronchuk will go to the line and look for his 5th points as he came on just a couple of minutes ago. And Moronchuk sinks the shot. Only 20 years old. Moronchuk's 20, Hickey's 18, Gonkin 24. That's probably the young core or future core of this Canadian team. Chichiko had a good look, missed the shot. Nagata couldn't get the second one to fall. Eng with the rebound for Canada, up to Jasmine. Jasmine back to Eng, and the 8-second rule. Murakami now over to Chichiko. Murakami, nice move. Good pass to Nagata. Nagata inside, and he cans it. 63-43. Green, full of life. Pass to Eng. Ooh, he had the open pass to Dini behind him, never saw it. Here's a pass to Green. Green's got it. He puts the shot up, and it goes over the basket. Hits out the other side and rebounded there by Chichiko. Chichiko. And again, Dini almost invisible because Green had a pass for him as well. Rebound is taken by Dini. Bounces it over. Across half court to Wong. Green gives him a nice screen. Wong comes around it. Eng comes behind him. Drops by Wong to Eng. Eng with the shot. In and out. But there is a foul. Eng makes them both. 63-45. bring it up again, leading by 18. Off the glass and in, make it a 20-point lead after the basket by Chuchico. Rebound by Chuchico. Oh, nice bit of dribbling. Chokai lays it in. Oh, beautiful Nagata. Backwards reverse layup. 2 minutes to play, 70-45. Chokai coming the other way. His second steal. Chokai works his way around, lays it in all by himself. Nice play by Chokai. $20 points on turnovers for Japan, and Canada take another timeout. And swishes through. Everyone's getting into the act now for Japan. Fujisawa from the outside. Murakami with the steal. And Miyajima finally drops it off for the pass he wants. Nagata can't get the hoop to go, but that is the end of the game. And Japan have picked up their first win of this preliminary Group A tournament with a 76-45 victory over Canada.
Another loss for Canada, their fourth of the tournament. Here's Greg Westlake. One thing you have to talk about when you're talking about a Canadian team, and that's pride. They have to regroup after that.
Absolutely, and they'll look to Bo Hedges and David Eng for that. And they need to take pride as a Canadian team to be gritty. I hope next game against Turkey, they go out and commit some hard fouls. If they have a guy that's open driving the lane, put him down. Be that Canadian physical team.
Quick word, you can't blame co-captain David Eng for today's game.
Not at all. And you know what I liked about David Eng's game is he competed the entire time. Even when they were down 20, he was still out there playing defense, pushing as hard as he could. He rebounded. He got 18 points. He did his thing out there tonight.
Next and final match for Canadian men against Turkey tomorrow. Co-captain David Eng will look to salvage something. That's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live streaming at cbcsports.ca/Paralympics. Now, after 521 events, 190 of them, China closing in on the century mark. 92 medals, Great Britain, then Ukraine. Canada has an even dozen medals, 3 gold, 7 silver, 2 bronze. Big dreams continue tomorrow in Rio. Thanks for watching. We're moving on to day 5 at the Paralympics.